Today, I am sitting down with somebody who's a true inspiration. She embodies resilience and reinvention. Kanika Agarwal, the founder of MindPeers, a tech forward mental health based company, which was featured on Shark Tank India and was also recognized as a top 50 startups from LinkedIn. She is not somebody who just talks about mental health, she has lived it, from battling alopecia to being the voice of vulnerability and strength. Please welcome Miss Kanika. And we'll begin it the mind pierce way. I want you to tell your mood currently, but how it would be in a form of a weather.
Oh, in the form of a weather?
Yes.
Thunder. Because
Thunder.
thunders are always exciting and I'm excited. And
Full
they're
of
very
energy.
unpredictable.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
I like that
thunder.
because I remember in every therapist class we started with like this very random but amazing ice breaking activity. So I thought
Okay.
I would start the podcast
So
like
good
that
to know
also.
that. Great.
How is your day going, Kanika? Tell me.
Great. Very learnful, I would say. Here for the talks, doing this with you. And I loved learning that you've been with therapists as well. So great coincidence, small world.
Yes.
But I think that sort of motivated me today. So yeah.
And I think I was just telling Kanika behind the scenes also that we were waiting for Kanika to take the master class today itself, and it's such a coincidence that I got a call yesterday itself that I'm about to take like a podcast. I'm about to do this with her. I'm so
Small
grateful
world.
for this.
Small world.
Small
Me too.
world,
Small world.
yes. Maybe, I was looking forward to this so much that I got to do this in person.
Great. Great.
Could be
Great.
that.
Manifestation.
Manifestation, yes. Okay. So, Kanika, you come from a proper marketing world, right? Microsoft, Google, you have worked there. And coming to psychology and curating such an intricate website app that is so comprehensive, mm, I would really, really like to appreciate that as a psychologist. How did you do that? Like, you had no psychology background, but you were able to work so good with the app. How did you do that?
I think, Simran, the reason for that is that because I don't have psychology background, it means that I can't put a lot of clinical overthinking into it.
Yes.
But the biggest reason is that I was the customer for it. Like I'm still the customer for it, right? Because of my own lived experience with mental health issues. The website or the app and whatever we built, I wanted it to be something which speaks to everyone, who needs support, who
Yes.
needs to take care of their mind. And I am one of the customer. And we're always evolving, because if you compare what we had like 3.5 years ago and what we have right now, huge difference, right? Vast
Absolutely.
difference. But I think it simply comes because I'm the customer as well. And second of all, I would say great team, right? Founders are nothing without their teams. In fact, our teams make us. So it's all to do with our user experience, our product folks who have built something amazing.
I would really like to appreciate that the website and the app are very tech savvy in terms of mental health. I've seen a lot of mental health based apps, जैसे proper meditation apps होती हैं. They are very low key in terms of technology. But MindPeers is doing some crazy work out there for the HRs of the companies. Like it has a different front there for therapists and for layman non-psychology users as well. How did you crack that? Like how did you even think of this in the first place that mental health needs some technology to it?
Again, research, right? So whenever you are doing something like this, you need to know that what does your customer want, right? Now, like you said, that most of the meditation apps or mindfulness apps or even mental health apps that you've seen, you would see ki most of them are white,
Yes.
or they have very low tone calming colors. And I absolutely get it. I think that's one feedback we at MindPeers keep getting, that you guys have too much things to do in black and in dark, right? But we did that because, see, we wanted to tell our customers that we are a mental health company who is being led by science. Everything that we're doing is evidence backed, outcome backed, data backed, right? So to basically narrate that, to communicate that, we went with a more of a black or a dark feel. I mean, we're coming up with a light tone as well, but we want to do away with the calming aspects of it, because we don't want to be mistaken, for a mindfulness or a meditation sort of an app. And on your question on why technology, or how did we
Yes.
come arrive at the fact? See, it's a given, right? And what's a given in this is we believe that a technology and a human powered approach is going to be the ideal solution for taking care of our minds. We feel that psychologists are here to provide quality care and they should do that. But all the rest of the things, efficiencies, effectiveness, measurement, admin work, operational work around all these therapists, even customers for that matter, that should be handled by technology. So that's how, the inspiration came from. That can we use a combination of both to make something happen?
Makes so much sense. I mean, as I was telling, I think इससे पहले किसी और mental health based app ने ऐसा नहीं सोचा होगा that there's this other side to it also. Everybody
Yeah.
was facing the problem,
Yeah.
but nobody thought of a solution like this.
Yeah.
So as you said, कि पूरा route was very breaking all the stereotypes, creating it in black. It has all sorts of colors, so many features in the application. Did you face any issues or problems while navigating this route, because this is not your basic
Yeah.
or like how mental health apps are used to be?
Yeah, a lot, right? Like you arrive at something only after doing multiple iterations of something. In fact, there are so many features today which were not there before, and there are so many features which were there before, but we removed it because we realized that hey, we were doing too much stuff. इतना चाहिए भी नहीं था, या फिर यूजर्स को लगता था कि यार ये तो यूजफुल ही नहीं है, या फिर ये बहुत लैगिंग है, या फिर ये आप नहीं बना सकते हो. तो डेफिनेटली लाइक आई टोल्ड यू, सी द फाउंडेशन टू ऑल ऑफ दिस ऑलवेज हैज टू बी कस्टमर रिसर्च, right? You need to in and out keep talking to your customers whether what you are doing is working or not. Like we used to have, like we have some neuroscience games, right? वो cognitive games हैं.
Yes.
To keep you focused, to help your memory, to help your productivity. अब हमारे पास एक गेम होता था जो हमने टोटली हटा दिया बिकॉज द फीडबैक वी गॉट वाज कि ये गेम बहुत कम्बरसम है, इट डजंट फील लाइक अ गेम, सो वी रिमूव्ड इट, राइट? सो योर कस्टमर्स टेल यू अ लॉट मोर than you know yourself, and you're constantly iterating. So and it's a challenge, right? Because as a company you have so much to do and you always have to prioritize it, how you're going to go about it.
Yes.
आपकी टेक स्टैक क्या होगी, आपकी टेक टीम कितनी बड़ी होगी, आपका यूजर एक्सपीरियंस कैसे होगा, all of those things. So problems तो यार definitely, there are a lot that you arrive at, but then you always have to prioritize कि अच्छा ठीक है, इसका business पे impact और जो customers की requirement है, how do you map both of them is what helps.
Makes so much sense. You were talking about all those games. Big fan of Cogniart, by the way.
Oh, right, yeah.
Giving you like a live feedback.
The digital art tool,
Yes,
yes.
I love it. I am so into art therapy, and I think I got introduced to art therapy through therapiers only. Because I used to do it previously, but I was not really aware. I had just got done with my master's. I was doing this school counselor job, and right after I left that, I joined therapiers, and that's when I recognize that there's this versatility, like this pool of versatility that you can explore, and that's I got introduced through therapiers. So Cogniart was like, it got introduced recently, right?
Yeah.
I am blown away by I have like it's so amazing. All right, so I am starting a psychology based company myself, and I think when all these business oriented or technology oriented words come, I would I would just stay away from those, but it's necessary. If you are a psychologist, you need to know all of that as well.
Yeah.
So for all the budding psychologists, let's say, who are planning to build their own practice, or somebody who's also from a non-psychology background trying to navigate their way into mental health business, how do they start? Like, I understand it's a lot, but how do you really start? Like the research or what the customer needs? How do you start with that?
Simran, it's a very vast question, right? So let me break it down into as succinct way possible. Okay? So I think, देखो, firstly, a psychologist, even a budding psychologist, needs to ask themselves कि how do I want my practice to be, right? ज़रूरी नहीं है कि सबको बिजनेस करना है क्योंकि बिजनेस या फिर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप इज़ द ग्लैम, ज़रूरी नहीं है. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट फर्स्टली एज अ मेंटल हेल्थ प्रोफेशनल आपको ये क्लैरिटी होनी चाहिए कि व्हाट डू आई वांट टू डू और हाउ डू आई वांट टू टेक दिस फर्दर. There are great psychologists who are doing very qualitative work, very impactful work as just as a private consultant. They see clients privately and they're doing great work, and they're absolutely elated and satisfied with it कि महीने में हमने इतने clients देखे and this is how I would like my professional career to be. Then there are therapists who could say, or mental health professionals who are saying that, what, how do I scale things, right? Because after all, देखो psychologist ने मैंने सबसे बड़ा कहाँ पे उनको limitation आता है, आप जब therapy दे रहे हो तो आप इन्वॉल्व हो, आपका टाइम उस थेरेपी में लग रहा है, अब बैकग्राउंड में कुछ ऐसा चलता रहना चाहिए विच इज़ हेल्पिंग यू टू स्केल और एक्सपैंड, राइट? देखो, बिकॉज व्हेन यू आर गिविंग सर्विसेज कंपनी को एक्सपोनेंशियली स्केल करने में हमेशा मुश्किल होती है. दे कैन मेक नेट मार्जिन्स, बट अगर हमें कंपाउंडिंग ग्रोथ चाहिए, देयर नीड्स टू बी समथिंग विच शुड बी हैपनिंग इन द बैकग्राउंड विच हेल्प्स द psychologist to scale the business. Correct?
Absolutely.
So that's when my second step to to any mental health professional would be कि if you want to grow something exponentially, then you start your research. कि okay, besides being a therapist, what is the problem that I want to pick up, right? Do I want to help with, let's say, diagnosis, right? Do I want to make the diagnosis process more qualitative in the landscape? Do I want to help with outcome-based measurements? Do I want to help with, let's say, a better booking system? I don't know, right? So then what happens is, then that psychologist says, okay, I am being a psychologist, I know how to be a great therapist, now I'm picking this another problem in the mental health industry that I want to solve. You start from there. And then you say ki, okay, this is a problem, does it need technology, does it need people, what kind of solution does it need, what kind of product does it need, and then you start to go from there, right? And see, and then what happens is, because you asked me ki, what are the skill sets probably, what is needed in it. I want to say that when a mental health professional is deciding to do a business, they are in a way becoming another kind of entrepreneurs, right? To me, mental health professionals are already entrepreneurs, right? Because you're already doing this work that you're building yourself. But when you're thinking of becoming an entrepreneur who's scaling a business, you have to understand that you have to become jack of all trades, right? It can't be कि यार हमें तो सिर्फ clinical आता है, बाकी चीज़ें हम नहीं कर सकते. So it's just with like everyone, right? Like I would need to know a bit of technology, business development, finances, everything to be able to do that. So yeah.
So on your Therapeers front, which is let's say a part of Mindpeers only, so Therapeers पे you are training psychologist, right? उसमें I have attended master classes जहाँ पर हम ये भी सिखा रहे हैं कि how to be an entrepreneur, right? How to be tech savvy, how to curate your private practice. Aren't you scared like you are creating a market, like you are doing such good work for psychologists, but isn't that going to bring a lot of competition?
Not at all. We have so many problems to solve. We need more founders and entrepreneurs in mental health. And you know what? See, the more the merrier. Because why do you want to see everyone as a competition? I don't. I would say कि अगर 10 लोग और ये कर रहे हैं, then the acceptance of people, the awareness, the stigma, all of those things are going to get, solved for faster. Everyone is going to grow together. And see, I don't think I have ever
that
seen
is
it
a
that
very
way.
wholesome approach, I would say, because I have come across people who would not like to share their skill set with you. But at times while I was attending the class, I'm like, why are they sharing their secrets? The other day, Ehsaas was also like, she's like, the people at therapists are so good. They're like, you want to help, take this away. Like, why are they sharing their secrets with us?
Share करने से चीज़ें बढ़ती हैं, बांटने से बढ़ती हैं. That's how we say it. But I think it's also because, Simran, we are very far away in the whole mental health landscape. There is so much to do. It's like saying, oh, another 10th Italian restaurant has opened. Now what's going to happen? ऐसा नहीं है कि लोग Italian सिर्फ एक ही जगह से खाएंगे. The options are going to increase, and hence the awareness that, hey, now you have another option to have Italian food. So the awareness is going to increase. And when it comes to mental health, we are far, far away. So the more the people do it, more destigmatizing we're doing, more awareness we are creating, and we are going to make it a more everyday thing, right? So I think that's at least how we see it.
Absolutely. I think Mindpeers is escalating at such a good pace because it's coming from a very good place. Like,
thank you. Very nice of you to say that.
You're very kind that way, that, you don't want to, like, keep your secrets away. You're very good with sharing.
I mean, yeah, I would want a lot more
I
people,
mean,
doing
people
something in this.
mental health industry are like that. Like they're still like that. So you are talking about the fact that how there still needs to be more awareness, advocacy about mental
Yeah.
health, and you are based in Singapore. How do you think the mental health in countries like Singapore, US, is much more advanced in terms of, let's say, technology itself or awareness or people reaching out for help compared to India?
Yeah, so see, let's start with the US, right? India is probably where US was 5 years ago in the mental health journey, right? And as a result of it, see, and the other thing is US mein coverage hai. Insurances cover it. But US is also at a stage where 1 in 3 people, they don't need preventive care, they need treatment care, right?
I
In mental
see.
health. It's already become so big, it's
Big.
already
Yes,
blown up.
yes, yes,
And
yes,
now people are
yes.
saying, hey, I have no other option but to accept it, but to accept that mental health is important and to take help, right? Where are we? Like, let's say India, and you asked about, let's say, Southeast Asia, Asia Pacific, Singapore. Yeah, the stigma is still there. वहाँ पे भी stigma है. ऐसा नहीं है कि वहाँ stigma नहीं है. But just the pace at which people are accepting and the pace at which people are opening up is a bit more faster than how it is in India. Right?
Makes sense.
And we also need to understand that in India, we still have hundreds of other problems to solve, which other nations might not have, right? Because of the enormity of our economy,
Yes.
because of the other societal issues that are more pressing for people as compared to mental health and as compared to other countries, right? तो लोगों को ये लगता है कि यार अभी तो मेरे पास 100 और चीज़ें हैं सॉल्व करने के लिए, मैं मेंटल हेल्थ पे बाद में आऊँगा, राइट? वो बाकी नेशंस में थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट है, right? So we're getting there, I feel, but our pace is a bit slow, is what I would say. Even in technology adoption for that
Yes.
matter. You know, when I'm talking to clients in Southeast Asia, when I'm talking to clients in Asia Pacific, their outlook is very different. Not to say that in India it's not there, it is there. But you know what the significant difference that I have seen? In Southeast Asia and APAC, it has really become a burning priority. You know, when it comes to HRs, when it comes to employers, they're already seeing mental health as a burning priority. They're saying it's a must have. It's not, for them, it's not anymore a good
Yes.
to have. That's a huge difference. In India, we are now gradually getting there.
Okay, so that takes me to my next question. You are catering to both B2B and B2C, right? And you said the HRs and the authoritative figures in other countries are more woke that way. So in India, I have felt this myself. So even if, you know, you let the HR know that your company, your employees are facing this problem, they would not agree. They would like, you know, we are here to handle. How do you cater to people like those? Like how do you even convince them that there is an issue with the company, with the working, with the employees?
Yeah, I don't think, Simran, that, see, we don't try to convince them that, hey, there is a problem, right? अगर ऐसे किसी को convince करने बैठेंगे तो बहुत मुश्किल है. But जो approach हम लेते हैं, which is a bit different, I think, as compared to others, I can't comment a lot on that. But what's working for us is, see, let's think from an HR shoe. HR is saying that I want to give these benefits to my employees, right? To my team, to my organization. But they don't know na ki what are those people going through. They don't know where do we stand as a company in terms of
So
culture.
you show them the stats that
We show them stats, but those
Makes
stats
sense.
are of their own company.
Yes,
So
yes,
for
yes.
example, we have a very ethically done and a very clinically validated overall well-being survey.
Makes
And
sense.
it's more than a survey. It's a clinical tool, which is individually telling every employee, where do you stand in your problems? Where do you stand in your life functioning? Do you have any risks right now or not? And then overall, in the most confidential, without telling which employee got what, we give a very aggregated picture as well to the employer, so that the HR knows कि यार अच्छा start कैसे करना है, right? We can't say कि यार पूरा ये भी ले लो, सब कुछ ले लो, workshop भी ले लो, therapy भी ले लो, tools भी ले लो, ये भी कर लो, वो. That's not it works. Mental health has to be very customized in nature. So our starting point is, how do we make those human resource leaders more aware and more educated of
Yes.
first tell me where exactly do we stand, and then let's go from there, that what do you need now to cope up with where you are.
I think it's a very holistic approach that way.
Yeah.
That instead of seeing the HR as your enemy, it's more of like a teamwork.
Oh, absolutely. Always. Like, ऐसा नहीं कि HRs करना नहीं चाहते हैं. See, they're working around their own limitations.
Yes.
Internally, there are so many limitations and we always forget, but it's very important. आप कुछ भी tool, कोई भी ये भी कुछ भी adopt कर लो. But if your leadership is not buying into it, if the top-down approach is not happening, you know, like if I'm as a leader, if I'm vulnerable to my team will feel psychologically safe and will say that, hey, you know what, my manager is being vulnerable, it means I can also be vulnerable. Right? So these are the basics that everyone together needs to get through, that they need to understand.
So you did Passion Pierce before this,
Yeah.
right? It was a very successful business. Do you think learnings from that business contributed in a successful approach of Mind Pierce? Like,
110%. I would say 1000%, right? Passion Pierce, Mind Pierce happened because of the mistakes I made in Passion Pierce, which was not taking care of myself, right? When you're a first time entrepreneur, and I hear this from so many people, there is a fear of failing.
yes.
You don't know what's ahead because you're
Absolutely.
experiencing things bang on, head on every day, right? I was a people pleaser. I did not know how to say no. I was only and only operating from a fear of failure. मेरे को ये था, I was impatient. Every day I needed a win. And I felt that was such a wrong approach. It led to my anxiety. It led to such clinical issues in my body. And somewhere I see that was a blessing in disguise. And you know, Simran, I don't say this out loud, but I also feel that I was a more judging and a less kind person when I was running Passion Pierce. And when my anxiety happened, it changed me as a person holistically as well. It told me the importance of empathy. And now in Mind Pierce, when I'm leading things with empathy, I just feel that it's so much easier. There is a peace of mind when you do things with empathy.
Would you like to talk a little more about your journey of battling with alopecia? And
Oh yeah.
I know it's a very vulnerable, sensitive topic, but I think you are able to make so much more sense when you have been through. Like, people
Yeah.
look at you, idolize you when you have actually been through.
Yeah, lived experience.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. So, see, what basically happened was that just like how anxiety was very new to me, a year and a half ago, I actually went through some situations at work, actually, which led to a very chronic form of stress, extreme stress, which was sort of, I would say, वो इकट्ठा हुआ था
Accumulated in
हाँ,
you.
it
Yes,
was, you know,
yes.
इकट्ठा हुआ था for 3 weeks. And usually I'm a person who's very expressive. I cry. I show my emotions. But, you know, whatever happened, I was not able to emote. Which was very weird to me also. कि यार मैं express क्यों नहीं कर रही हूँ? मैं anxious क्यों नहीं हो रही हूँ? But then I thought that maybe, okay, I'll cope up with it. Now, after 3 weeks, I saw that I get this suddenly like very small patch. And I got very scared because, you know, I love my hair. Everyone
Everybody,
loves
yes,
their hair.
yes.
And I did not know that, okay, what this could be. So I was very scared. So I waited for a few days and it kept becoming bigger. And I usually don't have hair loss. So that patch was a bit strange, you know. And then you start to go through body image issues because I have to be there at work. I have to be in meetings. And वो अगर बिल्कुल सामने था, right? So it became problematic. Now, after a lot of consultations, I went to a physician. I talked to my psychologist. I talked to a derma, all of that. मुझे finally एक derma मिली जिन्होंने मुझे बताया कि उन्होंने मेरे सारे टेस्ट करे. And there were two main reasons for, you know, why this happened. The foremost triggering primary reason was mental health, stress. And now this is the reason why today what we're doing at Mind Pierce, now this has come from that experience. So just in very quick way, I'll tell you, तो होता क्या है कि जब हम बहुत stress लेते हैं, the body goes into a flat response, right? क्योंकि हमारी body सिर्फ इतना ही cortisol produce कर सकती है, right? To take care of that stress. अब जब ऐसा होता है तो हमारी बॉडी को अपनी इम्यूनिटी बना के रखती है बिकॉज मैं सस्टेन्ड स्ट्रेस में हूँ. सो वो क्या करती है बॉडी, वो बाय मिस्टेक माई बॉडी स्टार्टेड अटैकिंग माई हेयर फॉलिकल्स, राइट? इसको बहुत स्ट्रेस हो रहा है पर हमें इसकी इम्यूनिटी को ठीक रखना है, राइट? क्योंकि वो स्ट्रेस से मैं निकल नहीं पा रही हूँ. सो माई ब्रेन सिग्नल द बॉडी एंड it started attacking my hair follicles. And you would know, of course, because you're a psychologist,
Yes.
so you know that it's an autoimmune disease.
Disorder, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And so my derma said that your main triggering reason was the stress. You're going through an autoimmune disease called alopecia. And it became so bad that I got two very big patches. So एक यहाँ पे बहुत बड़ा and एक यहाँ पे बहुत बड़ा. Um, I think a lot of my anxiousness and my depressive phase came back. But I also learned a new thing, that psychological stress is manifesting in bodily formats more than
Absolutely.
we ever know. We're in an era जहाँ पे mental health is affecting physical health.
We always talk about psychosomatic disorder.
We always talk about psychosomatic, right? And the second reason she said was my vitamin D and B12 was very low. अब वो हमेशा से low थे, but then that stress aggravated, and then all of that played a role. And I was not ready to take the injections, which are your steroids, because then that steroids act with the glucocorticoids, is what I think they say internally.
I see.
But I had to take it because मेरा patch बहुत बड़ा होता जा रहा था. So now we're at a stage, it's been 5 months and I have recovered. But I have to make it a very conscious decision that I can't put myself through chronic stress. Because I know कि अगर मैं बहुत stress से गुजरूंगी, मुझे पता है कि it will hit back. So now I have to consciously tell myself that I can't be stressed.
That is so brave of you. I think a lot of times we take our bodies, things around us for granted. We don't realize until it happens. And when it happens, we just like our life turns upside down, because then you have to be so particular about everything, right?
I was gonna get married, like I got married.
Yeah, I
and
saw
my
that.
marriage was
Congratulations on that.
coming, and I took injections, and with the entire stress of running a company, getting prepared for my marriage, and also saying that, hey, when can my bald spots go away? So I had to also take care of that because everything was fixed and my bald spots were still there.
That was so courageous, Kanika. I think to create a great story, you have to go through a lot of struggles, and you had your fair share of struggles. And before I get all vulnerable and emotional, I would like to move on to like a more technical question. How do you think you're able to manage empathy and automation in this business? Because mental health, you have to be very sensitive. You have to take care of a lot of things. At the same time, you're creating a business. How do you keep both the things together to curate this business?
Very interesting question. I think, see, there are many ways to run a business, right? The one that I have chosen for MindPeers is that I want this business to be as transparent, as vulnerable
Agreed.
as we can be. And I feel that, like for example, our team members, all the colleagues at MindPeers, at least I like to think so, that, they are being themselves.
Absolutely.
If they're going through issues, they are expressive about it. There is a very open culture about it. They are empathetic towards towards mental health. So which means that if MindPeers, the people who are making MindPeers, are empathetic themselves towards it, I feel the result, the product of it automatically is going to contain a lot of empathy. Right? So I feel vulnerability, very openness and directness is something that we are very cautious of, that we bring it into MindPeers. We don't want to hide anything. A lot of times we have made mistakes and we have communicated it to customers that apologies, even to our psychologists for that matter. बहुत बार होता है कि कुछ ऑपरेशनल चीज़ ख़राब हो जाती है. सैलरीज हम लोग ने 1-2 बार, मैं ओपनली बोल रही हूँ, 1-2 3-4 बार हम लोग लेट कर चुके हैं. And I understand ki what could it mean for a psychologist. But I have openly apologized that, hey, it was because of a factor maybe at the bank or something because of which it's been late, and I apologize for it, right? So I think owning up, being very transparent, being very truthful, very ethical are the things which is creating empathy. And then I always say that I am very grateful to have a team who understands the nuts and bolts of being a startup, being a business, what will work, what will not work. They are just research warriors in themselves. And I like to call all of them micro entrepreneurs.
Wow.
They all work like entrepreneurs. right? So I think this is how we are making automation and empathy come together. And then, of course, the heart of it is mental health professionals. I always very
Absolutely.
openly say we are building a business in artificial intelligence. We're using all of that, but it is never to replace a mental health professional. No one can replace a mental health professional. The idea will always be that AI, our tech, is going to surround, complement what a mental health professional is doing.
Thank you for saying that, because a lot of people do have this question, like, is AI going to take over mental health? I don't think.
Yeah.
Nobody
Everyone
can
has their
beat.
perspective.
Yes.
We are working with this ethic and this strong belief that nothing can replace a mental health professional.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you talk about vulnerability a lot, and more than you talk about it, you have showed it, as a leader. Do you ever struggle that, your vulnerability was used in a wrong way, or you did not
Taken
feel
advantage. Yeah.
comfortable sharing about yourself?
Not really. And even if that happens, I tend to ignore it because, we were talking behind the scenes as well before we started that I have never known to be anyone else but me.
Yes.
And I have been in professions, I have been in work where I was asked to be more diplomatic, to be, to maybe filter a bit, which I understand, but I just don't know to be anyone else than me. So, if I can मुझे कुछ feel भी हो रहा होता है, I actually feel very fortunate that the business that I'm in,
Yes.
the key to that business, the key to mental health is being yourself. So I feel
Absolutely.
very fortunate in a way that I'm in this because I don't know, to be anyone else, or I just like to express what I'm going to.
I think this is just the right business for you.
I think so too.
Perfect. So we'll move on to a very exciting bit. It's called the mental health rapid fire round. I'll ask you some questions and you have to be very quick.
Okay.
All right. Okay. What's one non negotiable self care ritual you have adopted lately?
Going for walks with my partner.
Okay. Quality time. If your thoughts today were items in a backpack, what's one you want to keep and what's one you would want to toss out?
The one that I will fail anytime is a thought that I want to take out, and the one thought that I want to keep is that I have everything in control. Like I have, like it's in control. Life is in control.
All right. Okay. Singapore or Delhi?
Singapore. Yeah.
Okay. Betrayal for all the Delhi people.
This can get controversial, but I don't know.
People keep Delhi in their hearts for so long.
I know, but I am, so this is no justification, but I became the way I am today because of Singapore. My ethics, my profession, my experiences, because I did my engineering also there. Everything that I have experienced in life where I have failed has happened there.
I relate to it so much, but instead of Singapore, mine is Chandigarh.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was born and brought up in Gurgaon, but I would prefer Chandigarh any time.
Yeah. See, so that's a place that has taught me a lot. So
Absolutely.
it's stuck with me.
A mental health red flag.
A mental health red flag. Oh, you're a drama. Like someone saying that, you're doing this for drama.
Shark Tank in one word.
Life changing.
Alopecia taught me dash.
Alopecia taught me to be more conscious about the things that I'm stressing for.
Absolutely. Last time you cried happy tears.
2 days back, because I'm going to see my pets, my 2 dogs,
Taju
after
Katli.
3 months. So, and I have been crying every day, but 2 days back was a cry of happiness that I'm going to see them shortly.
Finally, yes.
Even if it's for a few hours, I'm just very happy.
So wholesome. Okay. What's next for Kanika?
What's next for Kanika? I think keep building mind peers, and at the same time, I want to do a lot more adventures with my partner. So my partner is very opposite of me. His thoughts are very different to mine. He's someone who's never afraid of failing. So I think the other bit is while I'm building Mindpeers, there are a lot of these adventures that I want to set on with my partner.
You love hiking and mountaineering.
I used to like it. He made me fall in love with it.
Ah.
So it's like that.
Okay. If your mental health had a color right now, what would it be?
See, black. Because black is everything for me. Black is my every color. So black.
All right. What's something you are currently unlearning?
Wow. Very interesting. That even if I fail today, it's not going to be the end of the world.
I think in the journey, you have finally learned to be assertive.
Yeah.
You have learned to accept yourself. And you have unlearned a lot of things. Like you said, initially you used to be so fearful of the fact that, if it doesn't work, but now you're finally at peace with it.
Yeah. I think just one more thing I would love to add here, very big thing. I am finally with a partner who tells me that you don't need to win someone's love. Like you can be loved for who you are. And that's been a very big unlearning for me because I've always grown up with the thought that love is conditional. And अभी भी होता है कि sometimes let's say if I would mess up at work, अब वो मेरे दिमाग में I've messed up, I would go to him and I would say, Anuj, do you think I'm a failure? Like, do you think that you will not be with me because I failed at this? And he would just like tell things to me and he would literally be that मैं थप्पड़ मारूंगा तेरे को अगर तूने ऐसा कभी फिर से बोला, because this is not how love works. This is how life is supposed to. I'm going to love you for just the way
Exactly
you are.
how we say love is the base of all and can heal anything and everything.
Yeah. But learning
yes.
that it doesn't have to be conditional has been like a very big unlearning for me.
I think we all need to be grateful for our partners,
Or for whoever we have.
Yes.
Yeah.
People around us.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have this ritual at the almost end. We give something to the person sitting next to us. So since this was a very last moment thing, I was thinking what to gift you. It might come out as very stupid, but it's like very close to my heart. So I attended Mindfest, theek hai, Delhi wala. I was going through a very rough patch this time pe. It meant so much for me. So I got something for you. I just don't want it to be very stupid. Okay.
There's nothing stupid. Simon, we just talked about how everything is
Yes.
valid.
Okay, so I got you this. So this is the first art therapy thing that I created with Therapiers, and I want you to have it. Like, this meant so much for me. This contains all the emotions, all the things that I love. And
Oh my God.
this was the character that I chose at the Mindfest. I could
yes,
relate
I
to
remember.
it so
Okay.
much. So both the times I was going through something very
Can I see
heavy.
that?
Yes,
Yeah.
please. And this was
Okay.
the slam card of this girl who I clicked with, and somehow our complete Mind Slam was same. We did not know each other. It was absolutely same. We exchanged it. This is one very close memory of Mind Pierce for me, and I want you to have it.
Are you sure you want to give this to me?
Yes. Because
Oh.
I was up till 2 a.m. yesterday. I was thinking what to give you, what can I give you, and I had all these Mind Pierce related memories in front of me, and I thought maybe this is like
Simon, this is very
this is
touching.
something that I want you to have it because Mind Pierce has affected so many people in a good way. It has helped me through my difficult times. I'm learning so much from it, and I want you to have it that way.
Thank you. And I think this is going to get framed. This is like literally going to get framed. I feel I am very fortunate to be getting this from you, Simran. Thank you like so much.
I hope this
Can we hug like without breaking the mics and whatever? Can we
this is
hug?
going to break the flow. Yes, please. I think we're going to do it after the wrap up.
Yeah.
But
We're still audible, I hope. Yeah.
okay, so one last question before we wrap this up. Okay, so what do you think India as a country needs to do for mental health? And I want to add a second part to it. And how do you think Mind Pierce is, adding on to the journey?
Very interesting. What does India need to do? So I'll break it into two parts. I feel the citizens of India need to be more open to the thought कि mental health सच है. साइंटिफिक है, और जिन लोगों को सच में प्रॉब्लम है उनको हेल्प करो, उनको डिसमिस मत करो. दैट्स एट द सिटीजन लेवल. एट द कंट्री लेवल, पब्लिक पॉलिसी लेवल, मेरे को लगता है हमारी कंट्री को और बजट्स मिलने चाहिए.
Absolutely.
हमारा बजट फॉर मेंटल हेल्थ बहुत लो होता है, और जो भी मिलता है वो भी अंडर यूटिलाइज जाता है. हमारे हेल्पलाइंस काम नहीं करते, जितनी भी सुविधाएं दी गई हैं वो ढंग से काम नहीं करती हैं. तो वो मेरे को लगता है इज़ द सेकेंड स्टेप, क्योंकि जो लोग हेल्प के लिए आ भी रहे हैं और उनको ढंग के हेल्प नहीं मिल रहा है, उनका perception about mental health is changing. See, imagine the courage it takes to ask for help, and when you are taking that step but you're not getting the right help, it's very heartbreaking, right? It takes away their belief. And how Mindpures is doing that, I think I would just say two words: quality. We are big believers of quality.
Absolutely.
हमारे mental health professionals हो, हमारी technology हो, हमारा कुछ भी हो, we are quality is in our DNA. And the second thing is outcome, like what we are currently working on also. And we have always believed कि हम इंसान को impact दिखाना चाहते हैं, हम उनको outcome दिखाना चाहते हैं कि जब आप अपनी mental health को care कर रहे हो तो उससे आपकी लाइफ में क्या चेंज आ रहा है. वी वॉन्ट, वो impact हो सकता है कभी ख़राब हो, कभी ठीक हो, कैसा भी हो, वी वॉन्ट टू शो दैट आउटकम, so that people believe more in it.
That makes so much sense. Anything you would like to add on to this for our youngsters, or maybe for budding entrepreneurs in mental health industry?
I would just want to say that don't think of mental health very unidirectionally. सिर्फ एक चीज़ नहीं होती है mental health में थेरेपी. अगर आपको लगता है आपके आसपास कोई किसी भी चीज़ के साथ जूझ रहा है, स्ट्रगल कर रहा है, उसको बुक्स बताओ, उसको म्यूज़िक बताओ, उससे बात करो, उससे पूछो. सबको ये मत बोल दो कि यार या तो वॉक पे चले जाओ, या फ़ोन छोड़ दो, या फिर थेरेपी पे चले जाओ. हर मेंटल हेल्थ को मैं खुद बोलते हैं हम लोग, यार एवरीथिंग इज द सोल्यूशन इज नॉट थेरेपी.
Yes.
बट टू स्टार्ट विद इट, उनको बोलो कि प्लीज़ टेक आउट टाइम फॉर योर सेल्फ. उनको बोलो कि हे, यू माइट वांट टू रीड दिस, इट माइट हेल्प यू, माइट वांट टू टॉक टू दिस पर्सन, इट माइट हेल्प यू. सो स्टार्ट accepting it, start helping people, don't dismiss it, is what I want to say.
That was so great. That was full of information, so wholesome, lots of emotions.
Thank you. No, this is thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Kanika.
for having me.
I am thrilled. I am so excited. I'm still excited. I can't contain my excitement that I finally had this day.
And yeah, and I just want to say I'm very proud of you that you're a mental health practitioner. You went out of your comfort zone. You're running your business. You're running your own thing, and you're doing this. So I hope you know that how much you have grown and what you are doing, and it's commendable.
And I think therapy has a lot to do with it, because I am not saying this out of flattery, but I've genuinely, I have not seen any other platform from where I have learned so much, hands-on experience, practical exposure from therapy. So thanks
Thank you.
to
Thank
you,
We
Kanika,
are
for
because of people like you.
Thank you
who
so much.
believe in doing something about it. So thank you so much.
Perfect.
Great.
Thank you, Kanika, for sharing your story with so much conviction, passion, strength, and vulnerability. You have not just created a platform to support thousands, but you are also a living example as to how to sail through, how to heal in the process, even if the situations are overwhelming and the roads are rough. This was such a wholesome episode, and to everyone watching, to our young entrepreneurs, I hope you were able to gain insights from Kanika's journey. So take a break, check in with yourself, and we'll see you in the next episode of Mentally Yours, presented by Mehfooz by Simran. Till then, take care of your mental health the way you take care of your physical health.